Hi, it's me again with CorelDraw Tips and Tricks. Somebody sent me this butterfly, the one that's to the right. And this is one of the easiest clip arts you could ever trace. But we're going to make it, they're going to cut it out and they don't want, well, that's mine. They don't want these sharp tips. So I'm going to show them how to get rid of those sharp tips. So I made it for the one I'm doing it for. I reduced it quite a bit. I'm going to go to Bitmap Outline Trace Clip Art. And it works really well and it does it really fast. And now we can move that out of the way. Which you can see we have all this white. So what we need to do is take this, go up to Object, Group, and ungroup it. And then we can grab our black, and all we have is black. Anyway, so now we can take this and hit P and put it in the center of the page. And what we're going to do, I don't need that yellow box. I am going to take it, and I'm going to left click, right click, because some of the circles are not, even though it's Mother Nature, some of them aren't perfect, but they want to get away from the sharp deal because they're going to cut it out in inlay wood into there, which is really cool. So what I'm going to do is, since we're in the center of the page and it is symmetrical, I'm going to start moving my 2-point line and I'm going to hold down the control button and I'm going to hit P. This side's a little bit worse because it's got almost some squares. So what I'm going to do is take the virtual segment delete key, and I've done a lot of videos on this, but now we have half of a butterfly. And if they have X7 or above, they have this smoothing tool. And I've got it set pretty little, so I won't, and then you got to click on it and see how it's getting rid of that. And you can even use it on the circle. Now, if you have an older version of Corel and you don't have the smoothing tool, you can still do this with the shape tool. If it has 3 nodes, I would take away one and then just click on one and do your arrows. And you know, you don't really want perfect circles. It's a butterfly, it's Mother Nature, but that's their progress. Well, what's going to be basically hard is, excuse me, putting those back in there. You're going to want to tape it with blue tape to get them out. So when you put them back, and this would be a good one to contour the pieces. But see how I can make that almost a circle? Now, the only line you do not want to touch is this line right here. You can go outside that line and change it, but you don't want to get rid of that line. Because if you get rid of that line, or if you alter that line, then they're not going to fit together good. They're not going to match. And I will go over that contouring because a lot of people don't know about that, and it would really, when you're gluing them together, because whenever you cut something out with a laser, it leaves a kerf mark. It takes away wood, and you need to compensate for that kerf. And of course, I would test it with just one. See how it's amazingly just and there's a really bad one, that would burn off on your laser probably, but you can just kind of run around them. And you could, at this time, you could add circles, make them smaller. Just don't mess with that line. Don't mess with the 2 points that connect it. So we're almost there. We're good enough for the video. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to Control D to make a duplicate. And then while holding down the control button, I'm going to grab this and just slide it over. Now, I'm pretty sure it's not going to leak, but I always put a bounty or a box around it. I'm going to get my Smart Fill tool and fill it in, and sure enough, it did not leak. And what that did, I'm going to go in and left click, right click. What it did, it put these 2 pieces together, like welding it, but I like the Smart Fill tool. Now we can go back in the middle. So I'm done. You know what? I'm going to do a part 2 and give them some insight on contouring these pieces where they'll fit really a lot snugger and you won't have a line as much. But so before we're going to do anything, they need to figure out, well, how big is this butterfly going to be? You know, if it's going to be 12 inches across, then you need to make it that 12 inches. So stay tuned for part 2 and we'll contour these pieces that you're going to cut out. So what they're going to do, they're going to use one color of wood and multiple color of woods on the inside. So stay tuned for part 2. Hope that helped. Thank you for watching.